out, as we have got in the top right corner of the map. The blue Terran player for this series will be Shopify Rebellion's ByuN. Takes on the red Protoss player in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. We are going to have Clem. Begin to game 1 of this series. So away we go. Best of 5 action time. Semi-finals. Start this off and we get this underway. Chrono boost on the probes. Gateway coming down. Get ourselves settled in for a couple of moments here. And yeah, look forward to what should be maybe for me, I think the most exciting match of the day so far. ByuN Solo was very good for TVZ though as well. It was actually a great TVZ, so if you missed ByuN Solo earlier, definitely one that was worth going back and checking up on. It was a very fun best of 5 as well, so yeah, I do think this one though, always exciting. Love watching Clem's Protoss, love watching ByuN's Terran. Let's see if ByuN can figure out a way to keep Clem at bay with this Protoss race right here. As the probe moves up, the SCV will take a couple of nibbles. The barracks will continue to build, finishing very shortly. As, yeah, Gateway about to finish up. Nexus will start from Clem as well. We do have the probe on the way up. The SCV coming through too. Orbital command continuing to morph into play for the moment as we chase around with the SCV and the probe at the moment. So a little bit of back and forth. I'm going to go through once again. Again, SCV and the probe will battle against each other for a couple of moments right there. Still got the Nexus, still got the Cybercore, both coming online for now. There is that Cybercore then finishing shortly. Nexus is halfway done. NCC coming about, factory building, warp gate on the way. Bringing a little bit of everything through here for these early stages. Just going to get that straight up and rolling for now. You can see the early setup here is going to be a sentry coming up, so going to get Clem with that sentry and some information gathering available right away there. And Twilight Council coming through. Hallucination going to start moving across the map already. And we have got the Hallucination heading towards that top right side. A couple of Marines in the Hellion popping out currently as well. Starport and the Orbital Command will build. So all of that just coming straight through. That sentry will continue to set up at the front, so getting that going. Hallucination going to check on forward. Again, I look to see what's going on here as the Orbital Command will come about as well. The Marines are going to keep the Hallucination at bay, so continue to, well, try and chase it down, but it's not like the Hallucination hasn't just seen everything already, right? The Hallucination really does just get full info right off the bat there, so yeah, nothing too much to be done. Like I said, you can zone it as bid, but it doesn't really make much difference. A couple of Hellions will be popping, and they will go onto the map. It's a medevac behind this, but only 2 Hellions as well. So probably just the medevac hopping in the Marines. And that combined attack going to be the attempt from ByuN to get some damage done early. Try and slow and displace Clem in the early stages of this matchup. Couple of Hellions load up. Medevac will go boosting through. Just going to be heading into the back of the natural here, and we'll just go try and find some workers. 2 workers going down so far, so a bit of damage dealt. Stalker's going to be there. The Medevac does have to retreat away. Both those Hellions have to back up immediately, but yeah, this is just a couple workers. I was wrong about the Marines as well. He actually didn't just bring the Marines, he just went for the Hellions only. I find that a little bit surprising. I really thought the Hellions were going to have some Marine accompaniment to really make that day a little bit nicer. Raven coming through, the siege tank and the Marines still building, and the engineering bay and the barracks coming up as well. So we keep that going. Temple Archives in the Forge finishing up very shortly. Yeah, the Hallucination still just chipping through Raven. Taking a couple shots of damage. Still got the charge on the way, still got the Forge and the Temple Archives. +1 attack starting up from ByuN, so we get that going immediately. Down the tank, a couple of Marines continue to build up right here. Engineering Bay and the barracks coming through and online. Storm and the charge coming up, +1 attack coming through as well. And those Marines going to continue to chase down the Stalkers for a couple of moments, so they will go and keep on hunting as the Stalkers get chased away. The Stalkers want to continue to apply pressure, but with those tanks sieging up very far forward already, this is going to be ByuN kind of just saying, "Nuh-uh, no you don't." The barracks finishing up, both those engineering bays rocking up the 1-1 upgrades with that stim on the way too, so ByuN showing us a big kind of stretch into the bio play at this point. As Clem will attempt to get towards Storm. These 3 siege tanks trying to come across the map. Of course, with Blink, you can try and trade with these units as they make their way over. Try to slow them down, slow that progress, and just slow the successfulness, essentially, of this push. The more Marines you get rid of already by the Stalkers, the happier you are going to be in the long run, right? So the more you can do there. As again, +1 attack, Storm, and Charge continuing to come online. There's a couple of tanks sieging up once again, and still the Stalkers of Clem looking at this and figuring out just how he kind of wants to move about this for now. Try and get that set up. One attack on that forge, still building through. Again, we get ourselves the upgrades, all building. Stimpack Combat Shield, 1-1. All coming about right now. The Marine Marauder Medevac building as well. Let's have that +1 attack upgrade about to finish up on the forge, so that will come through here. That's settled. More shots coming around. Seeing the Raven dropping down an order turret. Observer gets chased away. And we see the combat shield and +1 armor coming through. Concussive shell still coming up also. Stalkers in the middle of the map trying to get set. Nice storms. There's a couple of high demos. Load back into the prism as well, so they get saved from the tank shot. They lose a Stalker because of it as Clem, but good storms, softening up some of that Terran army and making things a little better here. There's a +2 attack coming through. Immortal and the Stalker still coming up. Nexus very much so still on its way in as well. Raven will continue to settle for the moment. It's just going to chill out over on that side. And then a couple of Zealots coming through. The Zealots are going to move up there. Depot's already taking some damage. The Marines are going to come about. The Marauders as well. The Zealots will just charge straight forward and go in after that army. So the Bioforce taking a whole lot of shots. Both sides are going to take some worker damage. So, you know, both players taking some hits here. Going to storm again. These tanks are getting jumped on immediately. Do not love how quickly those tanks go down. A lot of the mines off to the left side as well. So while they do fire, I feel like the chance of them firing like directly into the center of that Zealot group was pretty low. Clem comes chasing forward with the rest of this Protoss force, and this feels like ByuN just gets completely ripped apart now, because this is not a game where ByuN is setting up on a third base or anything. Like, this is ByuN's entire game. So him not winning with this attack or doing something with this attack, it just getting pushed back, is a disaster in his... The bottom left-hand side, we are going to have ourselves the blue Terran player. This is going to be Shopify Rebellion's ByuN, who is now down a game in the Terran versus Protoss semi-final. Up against the red Protoss. In the top right corner, we have got ourselves Clem. Game 2 of this best of 5. Who's better in PvT, Max Packs or Clem? Max Packs. I think Max Packs still has a bit more consistency over Clem in the PvT, to be honest. It definitely helps. I even remember the last series Clem lost his Protoss. He lost that series against Cure in the TLMC. I remember that. Must have lost something else since then, right? That was a while ago. That's the one that sticks out to me because, yeah, I honestly I loved this one because everyone started telling me again, like it'd been a while, but we started to see all of the, man, it's so rude of Clem to not take tournaments seriously and play his off race in the finals. I'm like, guys, he literally had beaten Cure 5 times with his Protoss since December. I think it's pretty realistic. Like, he just plays PvT now. Can we stop like making a thing of this? Couple Marauders on the way, concussive shells as the proxy racks gets going, and we are going to see full aggression here from ByuN, as he will just try and get some aggro going right here. So the bunker comes up. It's going to be seeing a couple probes coming through as the battery goes down. So it's going to put that into place already. The probe's taking some damage. Stalker coming back over the other way. And the couple Marauders still coming through, as that bunker will be halfway done. Not completed is a problem, because it means you cannot continue with this. Obviously, Clem's just on one base right now, which means that he, with 2 gateways, should be feeling pretty okay about this as well. Don't think he's going to face too many more issues. I think he's going to be feeling pretty alright about it. Have you seen Clem play a PvP or a PV Xenopro match? Yeah, it's he doesn't play those matches professionally. Like, he plays them like for fun maybe sometimes, but not seriously. Gonna see the Marauder. You're gonna go after the probe, and that probe will go down. It's just a probe that's scouting across the map. As the barracks are migrating back home, and the Stalkers are gonna have a bit of freedom to step on the map. Clem gonna throw the Robo down. Is he just gonna commit to one base, or is he going to go and you know, expand here? He might just go Prism, you know, Prism harass and then expand behind it. Probably the safest way to do this, actually, but yeah, just wondering, because obviously there is the potential for him to just kind of send it, right? Like, there's no rule that he has to expand now that the, you know, the Terran army has backed away in these early stages. Stalker stepping through. The Nexus gets set up. Command centers will be building from ByuN, so I'm going to go up to 3 command centers in total. Obviously, his initial CC was delayed himself. Still faster than the expansion of the Protoss initially, so I think as ByuN overall, he doesn't hate this situation. It's so funny, he built a depot there to save on some SCV downtime. It's not just going to go down. It's going to be one of those things where it's like, it was cool at the time, but it's going to cost you overall in this game. So, not exactly ideal as the Stalker step up, and SCV will indeed drop. Older command coming through, CC on the way. Have the tank and the Marine on alongside that as well, just for now. As that Prism unloads and we get ready to pressure into the natural bunker. There's a couple of Marauders that we are just going to force field that bunker, stop the repair, but the force field was so perfectly on top of the bunker, I don't think it blocked anything the first force field, hence the second. As unfortunate, because that means that bunker really will just be repaired right there. The force field was just like dead on top of the bunker, and so like I say, it didn't block any direction of repairing. It's a little bit of an amusing maneuver. As a couple of STVs fell, but Clem I don't think is going to get too much more done here. Good amount of bio available. This is great for ByuN. Fast 3 CC now against a Protoss player who is just committed to 2 bases just there a little bit. And is now starting up charge. We'll see if Clem takes a 3rd base or what the next step of this game is for him. In the next few moments, obviously he's going to try and keep poking around with the Stalkers, but there's got to be something of a future game plan. Right now, the charge is already on the way, so like I said, do we just fully send this on 2 bases? I feel like that would be crazy if Clem sticks on these 2 bases. Knowing his opponent's triple CC, maybe he just feels like he can break him down, but well, there's an extra gateway, so there's a step in the kind of aggressive direction, so maybe we are just going to go for the 2-base commitment here from Clem. Stimpack is so nearly done. Gonna make life so much better for ByuN. The 4 additional gateways taking us up to 6. As Clem again powers up off of these two bases, it's just going to be charged with a few Stalkers in the back to support it. Like I say, with ByuN having the stim, that's going to help massively. The one thing that really backfires here for ByuN is if he moves out. I don't see why he would move out. The only reason he'd move out would be to take a third base. He knows he's playing the eco game, so he should be in zero rush to do that, at least until Starport is done. So I think he should be kind of fine in that regard. I don't think he's going to be out on the map getting caught at all. Stalker's unloading from that Prism, getting a couple of shots off, couple connections. Prism escapes through the bottom side, and will just escape over there for the moment as the +1 and the combat shield both continue into production. Marine Marauder coming up, SCV's on the way. Then that attack upgrade and combat shield from ByuN going to be the next step of this. Clem just warps in. He's now building a third behind this, so he's going to go 6 gates, then the third Nexus. I guess just kind of a backup kind of setup, so if he does enough, he will be able to kind of back up into this and just be like, okay, I can, have an economy behind this that at least can be utilized in my favor. He doesn't have to get the Terran out of the game with his attack and just do significant damage and then be okay, right? So, just a little bit of something there. Let's clean up those tech. I was going to say, I feel like those things have been under fire for a long time. I think he killed the depot a lot sooner, a lot earlier on, and then he's just moved on to the tech labs more recently. Third in position for ByuN. Is he going to try and hold on to that? He's going to lift it off a little bit unsure, going to pull it back a little. Finds the Observer with the scan, which is always nice. Remove information for the Protoss. That makes it more difficult for Clem to identify what's going on and how this is going to go. The Zealots do come in from both sides as ByuN was a few steps forward. One of the tanks not siege, but yeah, he's going to turn this into a one-dimensional attack, and that's exactly what you're looking for in that situation, so that is a big plus. Storm and Blink both still coming through. Have ourselves the armor upgrade coming about as well. ByuN's get back toward the upper right-hand side. Facing that ByuN. I'm just going to go get some rocks, knock that down a little bit there. Open that up for a few moments. And +1 Blink still coming about. The armor 3 coming up as well. Shots still just coming through. We've seen the ByuN coming around again. A couple of medevacs overhead doing some healing. We just chill out for a few moments. Game settling in kind of a weird way at the moment, so take a couple of moments here. Look at those upgrades coming about right now. Just going to be seeing the 1-1, Robo Bay, Robo Facility. Continue to come through the army in the middle of the map from Clem, just growing and growing. And ByuN just happy to add on the tech to his army, right? Getting into those Vikings, getting into the Ghosts, and just really saying that it is time for him to kind of step it up a little bit. Shemzy. There's you, mate. Thanks so much for the 82 months. Good to see you keeping SG alive. Thanks, mate. Appreciate the resub. Hope you're still doing well. Thanks for supporting, mate. As always. Zealots and Stalkers still going to hit those rocks, by the way, so rocks will go down. A little bit of open space right here as we have ourselves the little bit of ByuN, the Ghost, the medevacs at the front, all gathering together. And the 2-2 upgrades coming about from ByuN. The +1 ship weapons on the way. Add some Vikings, add some barracks. see the Guardian Shield popping as we step up this ramp. It's a good storm. Well, it was actually a good storm for ByuN, I wanted to say. So many of the Zealots stood in that storm initially. I was like, actually, it's hitting a lot of the Protoss army. Next couple of storms turned out a little bit better for Clem, but he was still chasing forward into where he was storming, so it meant the Zealots were still kind of running into the storms a little bit. The ByuN going to split apart. We just have the Zealots coming around the other side. Couple Widow Mines lining up. EMP's going down. Another nice storm. Landing onto a bunch of the bio. Zealots going to try and wrap around there once again as Clem's army does get deflected away here, so ByuN is able to hang on in there. A lot of his units kind of taking some damage and taking hits, but surviving through to the other side. Now that Bioforce regathers in the center here, and we will have ourselves the +2 attack, +2 armor on the way. Extended thermal lance coming by as well. Ghost and the ship weapons coming up currently as the Zealot around that right side. And head down to the south, down to the bottom. Attempt to see what's going on currently as the ship weapons will finish shortly too. Never a bad thing to knock those rocks down, right? Take away some of the position here and just knock those blue minerals out of the opportunity. Still got 2-2 coming about at the moment, and the 2-2 already being done from ByuN means that upgrade lead does come into play in some of these fights, which is nice. He'll also take that into a 3-3 set of upgrades, so yeah, some opportunities for ByuN to trade well just because of those upgrades. Vikings just going to get rid of the first Colossus there. No worries at all about that, as ByuN going to chase. EMPs were huge. The High Templar are all out of storm energy. Clem retreating away, and we do more for the Archons. ByuN steps back a little bit, afraid of chasing a bit too far all at once, which is understandable in this day and age. I mean, it's so scary nowadays because, like, you can EMP all the High Templar, and it's like, oh, if he energy recharges one of them and you're just kind of like running forward stupidly, you can just take 2 storms to the face all of a sudden, and then you lose so much again, right? So just gonna have to be very cautious about that as another observer going down. How many observers has he killed this game? He's killed 8. He's actually been an observer hunter. That's kind of wild. It's what, like 500 gas of observers going down in this game. It's a pretty hefty number, so quite a few of those have definitely hit the ground. EMPs. The Vikings going to get rid of both those Colossus, so they will go down quickly. Now the Zealot Stalker still chasing up and pressing forward. You can see the bio still coming back through. The Prism Speed coming up, +3 attack, +3 armor. Both on the way in. The Fusion Core coming about as well. We are going to see a couple more units still very much so giving chase right now. We're going to stem it up. Here come the Zealots. Going to come charging forward as well. In we go. ByuN stepping back a little, keeping a supply lead in this situation. Can he really kind of stick around with this fight? I think there is a point where you do just have to lift up, back away, and just kind of reassess this a little as the Stalkers will chase and those medevacs. But now will continue to be hunted. So yeah, got to be a little cautious in that regard. Don't want to give up too much all at once, but ByuN is definitely coming out of these scenarios with a supply lead and in very reasonable positions. 3-3 coming up, Shadow Strike coming through. Two cannons and the battery continue to come online as well, so again we continue to bring that up and online. I'm just going to hit the bottom right. He's gone maxed out once more here. And this ByuN will have EMPs available. Couple High Templar in the back. That one Colossus already taken a huge Viking volley, so the splash damage being threatened from the very beginning of this. Shot does go close to the town, but didn't really hit too much. And let those Vikings get rid of those Colossus. That's what that job is. The Libs just spam siege on top of the Terran army, so if you kite back into those Libs, they will be very useful, and that's obviously a lot of the time the goal here is ByuN just absolutely destroying these fights. Absolutely just going to have way too much. I mean, Clem's army is not doing what it needs to. His Colossus are not staying alive long enough. His Disruptor didn't find anything. His Storms were non-existent. How more Colossus going to be better? I mean, I have no Vikings left over, right? So there is a possibility that the reinforcing Colossus could be an issue, but you've also got a good Liberator count from ByuN. Liberators are a very good unit for kind of holding your position on the map and holding your, holding your own in a big way. So there's definitely a factor there to consider as these PvTs come around. A couple of CCs take damage. One CC already going down. Cancellation there on the front line. Another nice storm, hitting some of the bios, hitting some of the ghosts. All scans coming through, going to continue to chase the army of Clem away up that left-hand side for a little bit. Armory coming about, plus one vehicle plating coming about. And all of that continuing through for the moment. So goes underneath, Liberator will go down. Still got the Zealots coming through. Couple shots coming about. The CCs will continue in for now, so we get a lot of that underway. Got the Storm coming in as ByuN plays the dodging game, but you gotta be careful, right? His tank is still good, but with this kind of a state of the game where so much can happen. The DT still chasing by. ByuN's going to gather up there. Storg's get underneath. He's going to jump onto the Liberator, take that out. Quarter's getting repaired as well. Now just going to see the Bio coming back the other way. Stalker's still getting underneath, trying to do a little extra. Colossus still whacking away. There's a lot of SCVs going down for ByuN, just taking damage on two different sides, and he's got to try and recover from this. His army is still good. He just needs to be able to step across the map, maybe replace some SCVs, get those Liberators in play again. Res will be there. A couple of EMPs come down. Zealots and Stalkers coming through. The Liberators getting pushed back, sieging up those Liberator zones and pushing the Zealots away for the moment. I'm just going to chase the Zealots out of there. Yeah, and Lib's coming about, a couple cannons coming through. So Colossus is going to open up those rocks. Just going to be seeing the Colossus still coming by. Shots firing, Zealots charging. Liberator is going to get so difficult though, right? Liberator is making it so tough for Clem to be able to find ways to truly attack in. Every single time you walk into those libs, you start taking a whole ton of damage. And a couple of those units set up nicely for the moment. Go again, Clem just attacking through. ByuN going to be heavily reliant on these Liberators to deal some damage here. The Stalkers try and blink through and they get one. The other Libs are arguably a bit out of position. Clem taking the fight on the right side. That will go his way as well. That is a ByuN army being pushed back a little bit. And the issue that ByuN is really facing is that Clem has got those outreaching arms on the map, right? You look at the red on the map and he's just starting to wrap around the edges with all of those bases. And if ByuN can't do anything to stop Clem from having these bases, that's the issue, right? That's where this really comes to be a problem, because then Clem is just mining and mining and mining away, and he can afford to keep taking these trades. Even if he's not winning every fight, it doesn't matter because of the state of the game outside of the army. The economy really is in Clem's favor at this point in time. 83 workers still, mining a lot more, has all of the bases to mine from as well. to the point now where ByuN kind of just has to focus on winning fights convincingly. And if you win a fight extremely convincingly, you can just step across the map, and you can just maybe jump on a couple of bases straight after that, but that is not easily done. South Stalker will come through. We have a ByuN still sitting around, the couple of orbitals sitting through. Nice storm coming down. Another nice storm. The ByuN taking shots. Disruptor's going to get jumped on. Liberate taking damage as well. It's another Disruptor shot. Continue to fire through at the moment. Just going to be seeing the Colossus still firing. The Liberator sieged up. And the Ghost, the Marines, and Marauders setting up right now. A couple of medevacs coming through. RCC on the way. It's going to be a bit of an army for Clem that actually gets caught a little bit, though, I think. The Colossus on the left side going down. Just got to deal with the Zealots, as ByuN has to try and kite away from those. Libs are sieging up to help out wherever they can as well. More shots going back the other direction as 22 minutes here on Tokamak. This game started so well for ByuN as well. Like Clem had trouble in this early game, and again, the ability to kind of draw this out to such a later stage is one of those strengths of Clem playing this Protoss versus Terran. DT's just find the planetary bottom right side. This is falling apart for ByuN fast. Like, he's at the point now where I actually think he just needs to win a fight and just go. I mean, we're trying to defend bases that are going down to DTs that you're just not maintaining and sustaining as you need to at this point in time. It's going to be Lib going down. Army getting chased again. A couple of Vikings are hunting. Colossus taking some damage. The Stalker stepping away. Vikings, Marauders, and a Marine coming through on the side of ByuN for now. Continue to bring that out. Another couple shots coming through. Colossus, Stalkers gathering up. DTs are still figuring out what they want to swipe. Just going to get rid of their refinery straight away. And the scan resumes right there. Just going to see the couple Vikings, Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts still coming by for now. DTs will get picked away at. They will fall. Colossus is going to go after some of that bio. The Stalkers and the Colossus go back the other way. We've seen the Stargate and the Disruptors all coming through for the moment. Just going to be having the Lib sieged up once more. Colossus still getting pushed back. Bio coming around. The Ghosts are going to be there. Vikings are going to chase. The Colossus already taking some damage, and one Colossus going down. Disruptor shot landing. Another Disruptor going down already. Still just seeing again 2 more Disruptors coming about for now. The rest of this army continues to move through. A couple of Stalkers getting chased about also. Two SCVs going down. Again, Marine Marauder Medevac still coming through. Refineries coming up. Disruptor on the way here from Clem. Just have ourselves the Colossus still firing. Out Stalker shooting across. SCVs going down. We do have a few Marauders still coming about. Assimilators and the shields continuing through as well. Can I show the value of units lost? 51k to 41k at the moment, favoring ByuN. Which makes sense. He's been hanging on less bases for quite a while. Clem really has been going for the, you know... Clem's had a lot of fights where he kind of threw a lot of units away, right? And it just didn't quite go his way. Disruptor shot here, trying to land, doesn't quite make it. And again, this is the moment where ByuN can do well. If he can get a jump on this army and just go from there, I think that's his opportunity that remains in this game. Because like I say, the longer this goes, the less I like it for ByuN in a game where, realistically, you've just got so much economy and so much, you know, structure set up as Clem. I mean, immediately comes down as ByuN goes across the map. I love that Clem just seemingly had a plan. He's like, okay, if you go across the map, I'm just going to come in down over here, deny a base, and scare you into kind of continuing the commitment. I like that as well. The Stalkers take the chance to get rid of a couple of Vikings, so not holding back in that regard. The Templars both going to go down. It's going to be a nice catch as well. ByuN's still there, chasing everything else away. Stalker continue together. Medevac Marines coming through. MP coming down. A couple of Stalkers just going to take some hits. We have got ourselves ByuN not going to have enough in the end, and he's just going to type GG. Still ahead on army supply, but he's just not. He's just never winning any of these fights convincingly enough to make things any different. Down 0-2. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we are going to have ourselves the blue Terran player ByuN. Say down 0-2 in this best of 5 as he tries to fight back against Clem, the red Protoss, taking a hefty lead in the top left of this series. If you guys are enjoying, just a quick mention, supporting the channel does allow us to run more events just like this one. WardiTV events are funded by your guys' support, so if you've got a Prime sub, it helps out. If you've got a few dollars to donate or sub regularly or gift subs, it helps out. If you want to support the Patreon or the 2025 series crowdfunder, helps out as well. I'm sure people can help you with the links for those in chat if you need them. But yeah, TLDR, support the stream, support more tournaments like this, support more players, get more money out of StarCraft 2. That's what you do here in WardiTV. We make tournaments, we make players, have stuff to play in. Thank you so much, Nox RTS, for the Prime sub. Appreciate you using the Prime on the channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Game number 3, as we head into Pylon to potentially round out the semi-finals. Here again, winner moves to the finals against Max after. As we get underway, let's see what is in store for us as ByuN obviously will attempt the comeback. He's played that proxy Marauders in that last game, and I mean that created the long game as Clem was definitely behind, and honestly throughout the game I still felt there was a lot of moments where ByuN was winning the fights. Just never was able to turn those fight victories into anything that really mattered beyond winning a fight in that moment. Like, he never was able to really get through and deny bases or anything, right? And that's the difficulty of this matchup at the moment. It just seems kind of tough for the Terrans to get rid of, like, even when Terran has a good fight, it's how do you then capitalize on that fight? Like, how do you then do something which is meaningful beyond that? I think that is a consistent issue, a consistent problem in this day and age of StarCraft 2. Protoss versus Terran. What's up, Mentropy? Thank you so much for the 2-month resub on the Prime. Good reminder. Hell yeah, thank you so much for subbing us up on the Prime. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Conquest shells coming through. Marauder on the way. We get a couple of barracks coming through from ByuN as well as we settle with, yeah, basically a 3-rack. So just going to go for the Concussor Shell opening into 2 more racks behind it. Potential to be very aggressive with this. I wonder if at this point ByuN is just trying to pick out a build which has that potential or that possibility just to come across the map and be like, hey, look, I'm a heckin' deadly build order. Respect me, be afraid of me, you know, and I could actually do some damage. And maybe he just wants to try and take the edge super early, because the longer it goes so far, the less it seems to be worthwhile against Clem. Hallucination moving about. Stim coming through. Just settle down for the moment. Guardian Shield will pop as we try and fight these first couple of Marauders. Going to chase those away. Marine there as well is just going to chase and do whatever damage we can. But yeah, Zero Fear gets rid of the Marine. We'll start to do damage to the Marauders as well. It's scary the more you chase because of the Concussive Shell, but this was clearly enough for Clem to be able to handle those first couple of units. No problem at all just yet. Factory coming down as the next stage. So obviously the 3-rack is a priority, means the other tech is going to be delayed. So the factory will take a bit to come online. The starport will take a little bit of time to come online. Blink building, a few Marines get there, Hallucination goes down too, Robo Facility, Forge, and Gateway all building up as well. Marines still coming about as they gather in. And we get ourselves settled. Stimpback about to complete, again, +1 attack coming through. The Forge is going to finish up, and the Temple Archives is going to be coming through as well. It's about halfway done at the moment. Gateway still building. Blink coming by. And again, just going to see our Temple Archives continue to come up for now. Getting that underway. Hallucination obviously just giving that information for Clem early. He is going to start coming across the map a little bit right now, looking to utilize that blink. Again, got to be careful against the ByuNs. If you take a bad blink in and they stim after you, you will lose quite a lot of stuff. So definitely some reason to be a little cautious here as the bunker has a couple of Marauders inside. You see the Stalker's being forced to blink back already. +1 charge. Oh, sorry, +1 storm. Both coming through at the moment. +1 combat shield coming about as well. Nice little nibble from the probe. Gonna get some damage dealt. As ByuN hits the +1 and combat shields is coming, we'll see if he does make any sort of effort to go across the map. I think anything right now is going to come when Storm is done though, right? So I'm not even sure if there's going to be much opportunity. If Clem has a Storm or two available, that's oftentimes scary enough to kind of force the Terran away. Obviously, if you miss the Storm spellcast or you misplace it, then sure, but I don't think that's the likely outcome at the moment. As the Bio gets there, and a couple of Stalkers get pushed back pretty much right off the bat. One Stalker going down, other Stalker's going to turn. Bit of back and forth there with the Bio units. That's a nice Storm already coming down. Bunch of the Bio taking damage right off the bat. Another Storm coming through. Stalker's chasing another Storm coming through. Bio taking an absolute beating so far. One Stalker will go down. The rest of these units still coming across. We are going to be seeing the Prism still trying to bring units over here. Once we have got ourselves the couple of Zealots getting into the front. One more Storm coming straight down. Just going to have ourselves the Marine Marauder still coming up. Water Mines firing. Another Storm coming through. I mean, ByuN's supply is just not looking good, and the fact that Clem can stand here so aggressively does not bode well for you as the Terran. The only benefit is that Clem doesn't have charge yet. If he had charge, I think he'd be attacking in a lot more easily, but obviously the charge lots are not charge lots, they are slow lots, and they will not go very far very quickly at all. Archons get through, a couple of SCVs go down. It's going to be another SCV on the side getting picked away at. Big medevac load up. Going to go boosting over. A couple Stalkers will step forward and go after a couple of those Widow Mines. A couple of them go down right off the bat. Observer will fall in quick succession. Another Widow Mine going out. Connection right there as we continue to push on through. We're not going to see the army continue to step forward. Just still seeing our charge, our +1 armor coming about as well. Army continues to fire up. A couple of Vikings gathered together. Actually, Vikings are going to go after the Prism, which would be a nice kill. But Clem is going to save it with the Stalkers zoning out those Vikings. So make sure to keep the Prism alive, which obviously keeps this pressure up in the front of ByuN's natural. Clem is a 4-base Protoss in a few moments. And it's really hard to say that this game is looking super hopeful at all for ByuN. He's trying to get some ghosts out, maybe with some ghosts popping out there might be some possibility again here for him, but Bunker's going to go down. Clem has charge. He's just going to keep on storming. The Medivacs, because these fights have been going on for so long, the Medivacs are just constantly taking damage. The Medivacs just get absolutely battered. So they just take hit after hit, healing up what they can, but man, they're just out of energy. And so, yeah, 3rd CC apparently didn't even continue building. ByuN is dead in the water. Clem is going to take a 3-0. It's a crazy game too, but pretty wild. GG's. Clem 3, ByuN 0. Clem and Max back.